In the late 20th century, the tech industry witnessed a historic clash that would reshape the landscape of computing. At the center of this seismic event was Microsoft, the behemoth of the software world. The year was 1998, and the company found itself ensnared in a legal maelstrom, facing accusations of antitrust practices that would send shockwaves through the business and legal spheres. As the unrivaled force in personal computing, Microsoft had achieved a near monopoly with its Windows operating system, dominating more than 90% of the market share. Coupled with its ubiquitous Office suite, Microsoft wielded unparalleled influence over both users and competitors. The stage was set for a clash between technological supremacy and concerns about fair competition. The antitrust charges were leveled against Microsoft by the U.S. Department of Justice and 20 state attorney generals. The crux of the matter lay in Microsoft's alleged anti-competitive practices to maintain its stranglehold on the software market. The accusations revolved around two primary issues: bundling Internet Explorer with Windows and stifling competition in the operating system arena. Antitrust laws, pervasive across all industries and business echelons, serve as the guardians of fair competition in the marketplace. Governments craft these laws to ensure a level playing field, forbidding a spectrum of practices that stifle trade. These encompass activities such as price fixing, anti-competitive corporate mergers, and predatory strategies aimed at attaining or preserving monopoly dominance. In essence, antitrust laws act as a deterrent, preventing companies from amassing profits through unethical means. The significance of these laws becomes evident as they safeguard consumer choices and maintain reasonable prices for goods and services. In the absence of such regulations, consumers might find themselves restricted in choices and compelled to pay exorbitant prices. Some companies, in pursuit of market dominance, may attempt to sidestep these laws. In response, governments intervene to thwart the establishment of monopolies that could eliminate healthy competition. In the tumultuous landscape of the 1980s personal computing boom, Microsoft emerged as a juggernaut in the software industry. However, as the company's influence reached unprecedented heights, it triggered concerns within federal authorities about the potential formation of a monopoly. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, initiated an investigation during the early 1990s to scrutinize Microsoft's business practices. Although the initial FTC investigation was closed without decisive action, the Department of Justice took up the mantle. The unfolding saga reached a critical juncture on May 18, 1998, when the DOJ, joined by the Attorneys General of 20 states, levied antitrust charges against Microsoft. The focal point of this legal battle was the examination of whether Microsoft's practice of bundling additional programs into its operating system amounted to monopolistic actions. The legal salvo followed the intense browser wars, a seismic conflict that witnessed the downfall of Microsoft's primary competitor, Netscape. The genesis of this struggle lay in Microsoft's strategic move to provide its browser software for free, a move that ultimately contributed to Netscape's demise. As the stage was set for a landmark antitrust case, the tech giant found itself entangled in a legal maelstrom that would reshape the contours of the software industry. The courtroom became the battleground for a legal saga that would captivate the tech industry and the public alike. Microsoft's defense centered on justifying its integrated approach as beneficial for consumers and arguing that it had not engaged in anti-competitive behavior. On the other side, the prosecution sought to curtail Microsoft's perceived monopolistic practices and ensure a level playing field for competitors. As the government case unfolded, Microsoft found itself accused of creating obstacles for consumers attempting to install competing software on Windows-operated computers. The crux of the matter rested on whether Microsoft, through its actions, had unreasonably hindered consumers from uninstalling Internet Explorer and opting for a rival browser. Such practices, if proven, would be labeled as anti-competitive. The legal proceedings, however, navigated a convoluted path marked by allegations of deceptive statements and various courtroom diversions. Amidst the legal theatrics, a group of economists took a bold step, placing a full-page open letter in major newspapers addressed to President Bill Clinton. In staunch support of Microsoft, they argued that antitrust laws not only harmed consumers, but also impeded the success of domestic firms in the global arena. The economists urged authorities to relinquish protectionism fueled by antitrust laws. Yet, the trial encountered its fair share of challenges. The Department of Justice's case against Microsoft faced scrutiny, questioning the very justification for bringing charges against the tech giant. Microsoft countered by asserting that its competitors were driven by envy rather than genuine concerns about fair competition. Supporters of Microsoft contended that even if the company could be deemed a monopoly, it was at most a non-coercive one. They argued that despite alternatives like Unix, Linux, and Macintosh, consumers consistently preferred the convenience of Microsoft's Windows product. While Windows might not have been the superior product, its compatibility with a range of devices and bundled software made it the norm. In a stunning turn of events, Microsoft faced defeat in its legal battle against the government, as Judge Thomas Penfield Jackson delivered a damning verdict, citing multiple violations of the Sherman Antitrust Act. However, the trial's narrative was far from straightforward, marked by a tumultuous journey through false statements, manipulated evidence, including executive emails, and a myriad of courtroom diversions. At the time, Microsoft stood as a towering force of innovation, while CEO Bill Gates hailed as a visionary genius. Yet, the legal skirmish took a contentious turn as a cadre of economists contended that antitrust laws not only impede innovation, but also inflict harm upon consumers. Amid the courtroom drama, Microsoft's defenders passionately argued that antitrust regulations hinder the global success of domestic firms, diminishing their competitiveness. They pointed to the varying standards of national antitrust laws across the globe, with a notable exception in the European Union as a critical factor influencing the dynamics of global business. Join us as we delve into the intricacies of the trial, exploring the clash of legal perspectives and the reverberations in the tech industry and beyond. In the aftermath of intense legal battles, where videos, facts, and emails underwent meticulous scrutiny, Microsoft found itself on the losing side. Judge Thomas Penfield Jackson, overseeing the proceedings, delivered a verdict that pronounced Microsoft in violation of portions of the Sherman Antitrust Act, legislation from 1890 designed to outlaw monopolies and cartels. The judge determined that Microsoft's dominant position in the market constituted a monopoly, posing threats not only to healthy competition, but also to innovation within the industry. The remedy proposed by Jackson was a significant one: the division of Microsoft into two separate entities, colloquially referred to as baby builds. One half would encompass the operating system, while the other would house the software arm. The aftermath saw Microsoft vehemently appealing the decision, challenging the judge's stance and alleging bias in favor of the prosecution. The appeals court ultimately overturned Jackson's decision, rescinding the order to break up the company. In a twist, the Department of Justice decided to settle with Microsoft. The settlement, however, didn't involve the mandated breakup. Instead, Microsoft committed to sharing computing interfaces with other companies. In the post-antitrust case era, Microsoft witnessed a gradual erosion of its once unassailable market share, a consequence attributed to intensified competition. The case, however, left endearing lessons that echo through time. Many ponder whether pursuing antitrust cases against non-coercive monopolies is a costly redundancy, given the belief that the free market could handle such matters without incurring additional charges. The legal wrangling concluded with a settlement in 2001, imposing restrictions on Microsoft's business practices. While the antitrust charges did not dismantle the company, they did leave an enduring mark on the technology landscape. Microsoft's legal ordeal prompted a revaluation of antitrust regulations in the digital age, setting a precedent for scrutinizing market dominance in the rapidly evolving world of technology. As we conclude this exploration into the intricate web of antitrust charges that entangled Microsoft in 1998, it becomes clear that the trial marked a pivotal moment in the tech giant's history. The clash between the government and Microsoft, resulting in a verdict that deemed the company in violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act, unveiled complexities that reverberated beyond the courtroom. The implications of this case reached far and wide, sparking debates about innovation, competition, and the role of antitrust laws in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The nuances of the trial, including legal intricacies and spirited arguments from both sides, have left an indelible mark on the tech industry. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.